In this video, I'm going to show you how to add your images to your timeline or your sequence, and then how to fine-tune those images for timing. Okay, so over here in my project panel, I have a folder called Oklahoma. You do not have this folder. It's one I created afterwards because basically when I decided that I was going to have this narrative where they go from Oklahoma, talking about Oklahoma to now their lives in migrant worker camp in Shafter, California, I decided I wanted to have some imagery from Oklahoma. So I've gone on the Library of Congress website and downloaded some more images to personalize my project, and you are free to personalize your project as much as you like as well. So I'm just going to bring this folder of images up by double clicking on it, and you see that I'm in list view now. I can toggle back and forth between list view and icon view down here in the corner of my bin. And I'm just going to extend it this way. And if I want to make my icons a little larger, I have a slider here just for that. Okay. So these are the images that these are the extra images that I've downloaded. So what I'm going to start doing now is I'm going to add those after this first section of audio. So I'm just going to decide the order I want these to appear in, and I'm just going to start adding them here. So let's go with, here we go. First I'm going to move my playhead, okay, and I'll just start dropping the images in. Now once I do, you'll notice I get this little icon, which is essentially going to indicate to me that I have already used that image. So that's good to know. A little bit of help always goes a long way. And there we go. Okay, so now I've kind of added my images of Oklahoma. The next folder down here I have is a folder of images of people traveling. These are cotton pickers who have been sort of found on the road. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. I'm going to add these images. Start this outdoor kitchen. Just plug these in here. Maybe this one. And then get out of the box. And broke down on the road. And I'll leave that one. I'm just not even going to use it. Okay. So now you see I've got my imagery added for this section of audio. But what I want to do now is I want to fine tune this so that it lines up nicely with this audio track. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go full screen on my sequence or timeline window, and I'm going to do that by pressing the tilde key, which is the one with the squiggle on it right below the escape on a Mac keyboard. So that brings me full screen, so I get a little more space to work with. Now I'm just going to hover my mouse or trackpad over this right here, and I'm going to extend my audio clip. And when I do that, it's going to bring up my audio waveforms. And if it doesn't, you may have to go under Timeline Display Settings and make sure you have Show Audio Waveforms selected. So again, I extended it, made it big here, and then I can see them. So I just start playing through. I'm going to zoom in a little bit with the plus button. And the down arrow brings me right to my edit. Actually, let me just get out of this because I'm going to use a tool located here called my Rolling Edit tool, or N, to fine-tune my edits. And I'm just going to show you what that does. So let's go back in full screen mode. So I have this rolling edit tool selected. I'm just going to play.
All the mistletoe grows in the treetop.
Okay, so what you can hear here, there's two different cues, audio cues, I can take my edits from. Basically, I have the rolling guitar that's, I think, it's kind of like a 4/4 basic music time. Dun, 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 dun. You can kind of hear it going. So I can take my edit cues from the guitar, or I can take my edit cues from the voice. So if I wanted to go from the voice, I would listen, and after each phrase or line that he delivers, I would kind of make an edit and sort of try to create a nice pattern of timing based on his phrasing.
All the mistletoe grows in the treetop.
Okay, so treetop would be where I want my edit to be, for example. Now with this rolling edit tool, I can just grab in between my imagery here, and I can drag that back to my point. And what that's going to do is it's going to clip off some of this image. It's going to add some of this image. So the rolling edit tool is really useful because if I didn't, let's just do Command Z to go back and show you how this would work. If I just used my arrow key, I would have to take this and drag it back. And now I have this blank space here, so I have to either move my clip or drag it over to meet that up. But to save those time, I'm always looking for ways to save time when I'm doing my video edits. I go and I select my rolling edit key, and with one move, I move it to my edit point. And now I'm ready to go on to the next edit, so I'll listen to the next phrase that he delivers.
And the birds sing that sweet melody.
Okay, melody. I'm going to do it a little early here. Melody. And I'm going to move my edit right to that point on the guitar and go to the next one. Okay, so already what I'm finding is the phrasing, having him deliver a phrase might be too long. So I might rather go with the guitar. So it's going to go ding, 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 ding. We listen to it. Okay, there's a nice spot. 1, 2, listen to the strums. I'm going to go there. And I just go and I'm fine-tuning my edit as I go. Eventually, you'll want to go back and watch this and see how your timing worked out.
All the mistletoe grows in the treetop, and the birds sing that sweet.
So there's the next one. Down a little. Okay, so once you go through and do all of that, the next step, once you have all of your timing laid out and you're happy with it, the next step is to go and position things in here to make sure they look nice. So with my arrow key, or selection tool, that's V, I can go up now and I can just double click in my program window, and your program window is really just a preview of what you're doing in your timeline or in your sequence here. Now I can make any adjustment on the size here that I want. If I want to zoom in a little more on these images, or if I want to just leave them like that, or move them around, I can kind of fine-tune the way they appear there. Alright, so now you can go through and continue fine-tuning and tweaking this edit and making sure things are positioned where you want them.